Hello, welcome to Mart's garage on a cold day in February. I'm going to show you what you can do to improve the gear shift on your early Ford type gearbox. So you can have a look, see if you've got the same problem. You might be able to do the same job to make things better. This is a F1 gearbox that I've converted to sort of 39 spec for use in my 32 sedan project, which shows you the adaptability of and flexibility of these early Ford gearboxes. So I'll show you the issue and I'll show you what I'm going to do to go about making things better. Right down here at the base of the gear stick, the top of the tower, is a pin. Can you see that there's a lot of play there? And the pin is loose and wobbles about. Now this pin is quite hard actually, and I believe it is nominally a 1/4 inch. So you can see, so when you go like this, when you go across the gate like this, you kind of, you're fighting against that play as you're trying to do that across the gate motion like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that out, that pin, take that pin out. Now this is supposed to be a 1/4 inch. So that's 0.245, 0.244, 0.244, 0.244, 0.245, 0.245. So it's a few thou down. Here in the UK you can get metric drills more easily than imperial. So here is a 6.5 mil drill. Now 6.5 mil measures 0.256. So this is a few thou over a 1/4 inch. And this is another 6.5 mil drill, and can you see that shorter? I'll show you why. In a certain position actually goes in to here. There, look, see. Anyways, this hole is worn oversize, and I can turn it like that. There, I can turn it. If you look at this here, if you imagine that I've done this job once before, I've already cut a piece off this one. I must have done it. It might have been a different length, but I do remember cutting a piece off this one and making a pin. So I've already used a piece off this drill. What I've started to do is to cut another one there. And it was at that point when I had the hacksaw in my hand that I thought, no, I'll stop and I'll film this because it is a useful thing to do. So I'm going to go and continue to cut that. Now this end of a drill is soft, it isn't hard, and you can cut it with a hacksaw. As soon as you come down to this area here, it's hard. This area here where I'm cutting now is a little bit tough. So the technique with a hacksaw is to go with quite a lot of pressure and very slowly. Okay, so here's the technique. Slow and hard. Slow like that. With a lot of pressure. It's almost there. There we are. It's a pinch. You could still put that in a chuck and still drill a hole with that. Okay. Okay, so there we are. So there's our new little replacement thing, which is about 1/10 thou bigger than the other one and about 5 thou bigger than nominal. So let's go and try that. So here's our new piece. Here's our stick. That goes in there. Okay. Now that is a bit worn as well, but that is now a much tighter fit in there. It's not perfect. I'm just going to tap that in. You can see that this is damaged slightly here. So there's the pin in place. Here I am, I'm selecting first there. I'll come forward, across the gate and into second. If this stick was worn more than this, I would be looking at building this up with weld and cutting a new groove, cutting and filing a new groove, but I think this stick isn't too bad. I might actually try and do something with this, but that's the subject of another thing. I'll show you another stick. Here's an example. Look how badly worn that one is. Really, you would need to grind this away a bit to give you room to work, build it up with weld and then cut a new groove. I'm not going to do that. That's like a little bit more desperate. If the hole was worn any more than this one, you'd go up to the next size, and I've used a 7mm before now. See, that's 7mm. It kind of just goes in there, but it wouldn't work properly, so you would actually have to file that to make a 7mm work. But I have used 7mm before. I've even used 7.5, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But I've certainly used a 7mm before when it was a bit more badly worn than this. Even that's got a bit of wobble in it, look. Okay, I think I've overdone that, but I just did. I just went over to the little anvil over there and I hammered there and I hammered there, and I've made it just a little bit too tight. Can you see that it won't sit the right way down now? I'm going to file this till a 7mm, this 7mm drill. Oh, 6.5, sorry, that's a 6.5. Goes all the way through there. Okay. This is the 6.5mm drill. Well, this is the one. This is the one I cut down. I suppose I would have done better to cut this, but this is already quite badly damaged here. So let's just get a little file. Gently file this until this just goes. Oh, this one might do it. I think in this day and age of having like lots of power tools, it's easy to forget. Well, that's going actually. If I put it, in other words, it's a bit kind of like that. If I put it in underneath, look, I can then bring it up. So, just needs a couple of thou, doesn't it? Let's just... There we go. Okay. I thought I'd show you this because of the way I held it in the vise. So there's how it looks. That doesn't look too bad actually. You can see where I've hammered it a bit there, but that's not going to hurt anything. So here we are back at the gearbox. That's better actually because it's tending not to wobble the pin so much, because it's contacting the pin right at the root of the support there. Instead of contacting it right the way over there and wobbling the pin like that, it's contacting it right here now. So that's about as good as it gets. So there, for actually virtually nothing, just the sacrifice of a drill, which you can actually still continue to use anyway, is an improvement that you can make. Quick and easy, nice little job, cost next to nothing. This goes on and retains that, so if you cut that pin too long you won't be able to put this piece on. So I just put this on as a test to see that it's okay. These are just old parts that were lying around that I need to clean up. I've got some better ones somewhere. It works good actually. Okay, thank you very much for joining me in the garage on this cold February day. Take care of yourselves and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.